Hello everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at a new VR game for the Oculus Quest 2 called Ven VR Adventure, which is a single-player platform game built for virtual reality from the ground up. It's available for both Oculus Quest 1 and Oculus Quest 2. The playtime is around 4 to 6 hours according to the developer, and I'm going to share with you more information about this game and of course gameplay as you're going to see in front of you.
Alright, that's something we put here. There we go. Collect it all. There we go.
So first of all, as you can see here, this gameplay in third-person perspective. You actually control this character, but you are looking at the environment. However, having said that, the game actually controls the camera. So, I mean, you don't actually control the movement in the 3D space, but you can rotate your head, of course, and look in different direction. Now, the movement of the camera is subtle, although it's sometimes I feel can be a bit nauseating. But again, they try to keep the camera movement to as minimal as possible. But still, I think there's kind of room for optimization and improvement there, just to make it a bit more comfortable. Now, basically, we need to help Ven fight against invaders. Looking for a source of youth and energy which can make them almost immortal. So we're going to be jumping in different planets and different level. Each one, by the way, is very unique and interesting. One thing that I really love about this game is that each level really felt different. Now, they don't look different. Actually, each one provides you with more challenging tasks. This is something you need to get used to. Something can be frustrating, but it's actually not too frustrating. So the difficulty is kind of something that you're going to feel satisfied when you're able to finish it. So it will provide you challenge, but it won't frustrate you too much. And of course, the more you play, you're going to get used to the control and it will get easier for you. But again, the different levels still provide you with some really good challenge. And this is part of the fun, of course, with this platforming virtual reality game.
Yep. Cool. Alright, see, I don't need to save them again. You see? I already saved. Just put me back. So it's already accomplished part of it. Which is cool. I'm gonna now punish you for what you've done. Yep. Now you.
Now keep in mind, there are generous checkpoints in this game. You see I fell down and I can actually spawn not from the beginning of the level. So it's kind of save the frustration. If you just start from the beginning, it'd be frustrating. And some of the enemies spawn. Some of the things, for example, you collected won't spawn again. But overall kind of really generous checkpoint. But still, the game is challenging. So just keep this in mind. Of course, this is the first level. It was quite easy. But I still was just learning the controls. So that's why, of course, I fell quite a few times. Now at the end, you're going to find a spaceship at the end of the level. Just keep in mind that you need to look for these young Eki creatures. They have the most ruin of all beings on the planet. This is why actually they have been kidnapped so often. So you need to find both ruins and find those Ekis. Some of them they are hidden and you can actually miss them if you sometimes I look back and actually see one and I just can't backtrack. Although it leads to a replay value, so we might try again just to make sure you find all of them. Keep this in mind. So this is pretty cool idea. So it kind of leads you to try to make sure to go over the entire map to find things that you might have missed.
And that is really nice. What do you think you are doing, dude? Karma is with me.
Now the black cube that you see there, this is the checkpoint. So you need to actually hit it in order to unlock the checkpoint. So just in case you fail, you're going to be there. You're going to spawn there again instead from the previous checkpoint or the beginning of the level. Here's the little cute creatures that I told you that you need to pick them up. The young Eki, right? So just need to find a way to actually get there. This is me with the controllers playing around. Controls are very straightforward and very easy to understand. So just I'm activating the spawn point, the checkpoint, sorry, spawn point, checkpoint. And then I just try to get there again in order to, as you can see, there's a white circle. This actually helps you with your repositioning because sometimes it's hard to see things, depends on your positioning, where you actually land in the 3D space. So this little white circle actually helps you to see where your character at when you actually jump in. All right.
let's do our job. Okay.
You need to understand that usually when you play, of course, in first-person perspective, you control the location and the fine-tuning of your location and movement in the 3D space in the virtual world using your body. In this case, you need to control it just using the sticks. And of course, sometimes it's something to get used to, but again, it's not that different compared to any standard non-VR game in that aspect, right? Just take some time to get used to. But you won't get this fine-tuning available for you using your body, all right? It's all about using the controller stick to move your character, press button to jump, and try to access as precisely as you can the location of your character in the 3D space. Again, sometimes it's a bit harder and you're gonna fall down or make mistakes, but again, this is nothing part of the fun, right? You don't have really full 100% control, and you need to kind of assess where you are located and pay attention to the white circle that tells you where your character is going to land. Now, one of the things that I really like, first of all, the design of the levels are, in my opinion, are beautiful. And again, each one feels different. Here, I actually just failed so many times because you really need to time things right. Sometimes just look before you actually start jumping to assess how the puzzle is actually, what you need to do. Sometimes you really need to time things correctly. When you're more moving, you need to move in a different way. The kind of pipes, for example, that roll, so you need to position your character carefully. So yeah, you're gonna fail, and this is part of the fun of it. If it was too easy, it wasn't that fun. So this one actually took me quite some time until I was able to figure this out. If you just think you're gonna just rush like crazy, well, you're probably gonna find yourself failing quite a few times. But overall, it's very satisfying being able to complete a level. Although they are not too long, the puzzle were designed really well, so you're gonna find that it's challenging, and there are, quite a few checkpoints that are quite generous, but not too much, so you feel that it's kind of too easy, right? So it's just the difficulty is kind of at the right time. By the way, you can change the difficulty to have those checkpoints available less often or more often. Just keep in mind, this is what I'm playing is actually on the normal mode, on the default difficulty. Now, overall, this really a fantastic platforming game in virtual reality. One of the things that I do criticize is sometimes I need to kind of look from side to side because the angle of the camera wasn't kind of perfect, and it just caught me a bit of, sometimes you look left and right, you feel kind of aching at some point. It's not a big deal, but something with the camera movement that because you can actually control the positioning, you kind of force yourself to look in a certain direction. And that's something that I found kind of sometimes a bit annoying, but overall the experience itself was absolutely amazing. And if you love platforming games, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy playing this on your Oculus Quest 1 or Oculus Quest 2 VR headset. Yes, overall a fantastic platformer game for the Oculus Quest, and I think they did a really great job. Again, with this type of third-person perspective, it's very important to nail the camera position properly for both to allow players to assess the location of the character in the third-person perspective in the 3D space, and also to make it kind of a comfortable experience in general, because again, you don't actually move with your body. This is a seated gameplay experience. So Bottom line is, definitely recommend checking this game if you own the Oculus Quest 1 or Oculus Quest 2 and looking for a great platformer game to play in virtual reality. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. And consider subscribing to my channel if this one a little like. And I see you soon on the next video. Bye everyone. Cheers.